Hello, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you 5 practical things you can do when motivation is low, why motivation fades, how it affects your progress, and what you should focus on to keep moving forward when motivation disappears. If you are coming across my video for the first time, do well to subscribe and click on the notification icon so that you will be notified whenever I share a new video. In this channel, I release regular updates and tips on how to make money online and become more effective in online platforms. Now let's get into the topic in more detail. Motivation is one of the most talked about words in personal development, productivity, and online success. Everyone wants to feel motivated. Everyone wants to wake up feeling inspired, energetic, and ready to work toward their goals. But the truth is, motivation is not constant. There will be days when you feel excited about your goals, full of ideas, and eager to take action. And there will also be days when everything feels heavy. Days when you feel tired, distracted, discouraged, or completely uninterested in doing the things you know you should do. This is especially common for people who work online, run a business, create content, or are trying to build something long-term. When there is no boss, no fixed structure, and no immediate reward, motivation can drop very quickly. Many people assume that when motivation is low, it means something is wrong with them. They begin to think they are lazy, undisciplined, or not cut out for success. Some even give up entirely, believing they have lost their passion. But low motivation is not a sign of failure. It is a normal human experience. The problem is not that motivation disappears. The problem is not knowing what to do when it does. In this video, I will walk you through 5 practical, realistic, and effective things you can do when motivation is low, so you can continue making progress even when you don't feel like it. Let's begin with the first and most important step. 1. Stop waiting for motivation. Start with discipline. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that motivation must come before action. Many people tell themselves they will start working when they feel motivated, inspired, or emotionally ready. But in reality, motivation is often the result of action, not the cause of it. When you sit around waiting to feel motivated, nothing happens. Days pass, tasks pile up, and guilt begins to grow. This makes motivation drop even further, creating a cycle of procrastination and frustration. Discipline is what breaks this cycle. Discipline simply means choosing to act, even when you don't feel like it. It does not mean forcing yourself to work endlessly or ignoring your well-being. It means committing to small actions regardless of your emotions. When you take action, even a very small one, your brain begins to shift. You start to feel productive, you gain momentum, and slowly, motivation begins to return. A helpful strategy here is to tell yourself that you will work for just a few minutes. When the task no longer feels overwhelming, starting becomes easier. Most of the time, once you begin, you naturally continue longer than you planned. The key principle here is simple. Do not wait for motivation to show up. Use action to invite motivation back. 2. Break your tasks into small, easy steps. Another major reason motivation drops is because tasks feel too big, too complex, or too overwhelming. When your goals look massive, your brain struggles to know where to begin, and this creates avoidance. For example, goals like starting an online business, growing a YouTube channel, or learning a new skill sound exciting, but they can also feel intimidating when viewed as one large task. When the mind feels overwhelmed, it tries to protect itself by shutting down. This is when procrastination appears and motivation disappears. The solution is to break everything down into small, simple, and clear steps. Instead of focusing on the entire goal, focus only on the next tiny action. This could be something as simple as opening your laptop, writing 1 paragraph, or researching for 10 minutes. Small steps feel achievable. Achievable tasks feel less stressful, and less stress makes it easier to stay consistent. Each small action builds confidence, and confidence fuels motivation. Over time, these small steps add up to significant progress. You don't need to do everything today, you just need to do something. 3. Change your environment. Sometimes, low motivation has very little to do with your mindset and everything to do with your environment. Your surroundings play a powerful role in how you feel and how well you focus. A cluttered, noisy, or uncomfortable environment can drain your energy without you even realizing it. If you constantly work in the same space where you sleep, scroll on your phone, or feel distracted, your brain associates that space with rest or entertainment, not productivity. Making small changes to your environment can have a big impact. This could mean cleaning your workspace, changing where you sit, reducing noise, or stepping outside for fresh air. Even something as simple as adjusting the lighting or playing calm background music can help reset your focus. A change in environment sends a signal to your brain that something is different, and that difference can help break mental stagnation. You don't need the perfect setup. You just need an environment that makes it easier, not harder, to show up and do the work. 4. Remind yourself why you started. When motivation is low for a long period of time, it is often because you have become disconnected from your deeper reason for starting. You may still be showing up physically, but mentally and emotionally, you are no longer connected to the purpose behind your work. At the beginning of any journey, motivation usually comes from excitement. You are excited about the possibilities, the results, and the change you hope to see in your life. But as time goes on, challenges appear. Progress becomes slower. Results take longer, and that initial excitement begins to fade. This is where many people lose motivation, not because they are incapable, but because they no longer remember why the effort matters. Your why is the emotional fuel behind your actions. It is the reason you are willing to stay consistent when things are uncomfortable. Without a strong sense of purpose, even simple tasks can feel meaningless and draining. Take time to consciously reconnect with your reason for starting. Ask yourself honest questions. Why did you choose this path? What problem were you trying to solve in your life? What kind of future were you hoping to create for yourself and the people around you? When you clearly define your why, your daily tasks stop feeling like pointless work and start feeling like steps towards something meaningful. Even on days when motivation is low, purpose can carry you forward. It also helps to update your vision as you grow. Sometimes motivation drops because your goals no longer align with who you are becoming. Reflecting on your direction and adjusting your goals can reignite a sense of clarity and commitment. When your actions are connected to a clear purpose, motivation becomes less important. You may not always feel excited, but you will feel anchored, and that makes all the difference. 5. Take care of your body and mind. Low motivation is often treated as a mindset problem, but very often, it is a signal from your body and mind that something is out of balance. If you are constantly pushing yourself without rest, consuming too much information, sleeping poorly, or ignoring your mental health, your motivation will eventually decline. This is not weakness, it is biology. Your brain requires energy, rest, and balance to function properly. When you are exhausted, overwhelmed, or emotionally drained, your ability to focus, make decisions, and feel motivated is significantly reduced. Many people try to fix low motivation by forcing productivity, but this usually leads to burnout. Burnout doesn't just reduce motivation. It can make you resent the very goals you once cared deeply about. Taking care of your body is a foundational step toward restoring motivation. Simple habits like getting enough sleep, drinking water, eating nourishing food, and taking short breaks throughout the day have a powerful impact on your energy levels. Mental care is very important. Constant exposure to social media, negative news, and unrealistic success stories can drain your emotional energy. Creating boundaries around what you consume and allowing your mind to rest can help restore clarity and focus. Sometimes, stepping back is not a step backward. It is a reset. When your body feels supported and your mind feels calm, motivation often returns naturally. You don't have to chase it. You create the conditions that allow it to grow again. Let me say this as we wrap up. Motivation is not something you either have or don't have. It is something that rises and falls based on your habits, environment, purpose, and well-being. Everyone experiences low motivation at some point. The difference between those who make progress and those who quit is not talent or intelligence. It is how they respond during these low moments. Low motivation is not the end of the journey. It is part of the journey. When you learn how to move forward even when motivation is weak, you build resilience. You stop relying on feelings and start relying on systems, purpose, and self-awareness. Progress does not require perfection. It requires consistency, even in small amounts. Some days you will do a lot. Some days you will do very little. But as long as you do not stop completely, you are still moving forward. Be patient with yourself. Growth takes time, and meaningful success is built through persistence, not constant motivation. I hope you learned something valuable from this video and that it helped you see motivation from a different perspective. If this video resonated with you or helped you in any way, feel free to like and share it with someone who might need it. Also, drop a comment in the comment section and let me know which of these points stood out to you the most, or what you personally do when motivation is low. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.